It was with a twinkle in her eye that Theresa May acknowledged today a limited appetite among European partners for renegotiation. And if Bloomberg were to be believed, they'd ruled it out even before she got to her feet. They'd obtained a press statement that had already been prepared for the passing of the Brady Amendment, saying the EU would not renegotiate the withdrawal agreement. As for the backstop, that insurance policy in which Northern Ireland and the Republic stay in regulatory alignment in order to avoid a hard border, there's no prospect of it being removed, and all the key institutions have insisted on that point, including, for example, the Committee of the European Parliament ratifying the withdrawal agreement on behalf of the 27. They said last week it's not negotiable. But there's one caveat to the EU's current firm line, a certain nervousness about taking the blame for a disorderly Brexit. That may well lead member states to allow more time for parliamentary consensus to emerge, delaying the Article 50 deadline. And it might just lead them to amend the withdrawal agreement too. But there's no sign of that, as responding to today's votes, Donald Tusk for EU member states said the withdrawal agreement would not be reopened, though implied there might be flexibility if Britain softened Brexit.
Mark Urban there. Well, joining us now from Berlin is the senior German MP Norbert Röttgen, who served in Angela Merkel's cabinet as Environment Minister and now chairs the German Parliament's Foreign Affairs Committee. Minister, thanks for joining us. We've heard the government wants to go back to Brussels, and we've heard Europe say no. Are they just playing a long game here?
No, absolutely not. Europe has been absolutely clear that there have been negotiations about many months, and that there has been a great lot of European flexibility, and now these negotiations are over and we have achieved a fair deal, and now we have to deliver on that deal, and there will be definitely no kind of any kind of reopening the negotiation. Europe has been absolutely clear upon that.
So what happens when she returns to Brussels this week? How will that conversation go? Is there any room for manoeuvre, even on areas that aren't the backstop or aren't the withdrawal agreement itself?
I think this conversation will be quite brief, because the topic in general, and specifically the border question, has been discussed and negotiated over months. And the agreement is that Europe and Britain agree that there must not be a border unless but if there is no solution found to how to organize that there is no border between Ireland and Northern Ireland. So then there has to be the backstop solution.
Except,
and
Minister,
if Britain
except one thing has changed, which is that you've heard a much more united voice this evening from the UK Parliament, which is something that I know the EU was waiting for yesterday. Does that vote essentially give Parliament more of a platform to ask for what it wants?
Yes, but there is no proposal how to organize for any kind of solution for the border question. It's just asking for renegotiating what has been negotiated over months. And the EU and all the 27 governments have been absolutely clear about that issue. So there is nothing new, apart from one element which is really novel and new, that the Commons has ruled out a no-deal Brexit. So there is one further element of clarity.
Let me ask you bluntly, though, because we know how nervous, how absolutely concerned Germany is about a no-deal Brexit. You can carry on saying we're not going to reopen. You can carry on saying there's no chance in hell that she'll get a different answer. But ultimately, if you are faced with a no-deal Brexit now, isn't it worth going back and having one more go? You don't want that in Germany.
No, this misperception has been there for months. I would say perhaps for 30 months, 2.5 years. But you should be absolutely clear. The overall imperative is European unity, and there has been preserved the unity of 27 governments and the EU institutions. And we have achieved a deal with much flexibility from the European side, and there will be no renegotiation. And everybody in Whitehall knows that, particularly the Prime Minister. So what has happened today in this regard is a domestic tactical move to preserve the unity of the Tory party, but there has not been any kind of proposal to the European Union. So there is no new substance.
Very briefly, so why do you think Theresa May believes there is an opening there? Are there whispers? Have there been conversations? Why does she believe something that you are telling me categorically won't happen?
I'm absolutely sure that she does not believe that. What we have seen today by her is a tactical domestic move. She has put forward the unity of the Tory party compared to any kind of proposal in achieving any kind of progress in the relationship to the European Union. The Commons has ruled out the no-deal Brexit, and I think this is a new clarity we have, and I think that then the Commons will come back to this new situation and will have to discuss how to deal with that, what Commons has passed today.
Dr. Röttgen, thank you very much indeed. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you so much.